Hey viewers, welcome back to Andy's Garage. Hey, today on the lift, I have an '06 Chevy Colorado. The owner wants me to put on some brakes. He was hoping just for a brake pad job, but after I took the tire off, I noticed some pretty significant damage to the rotor. So I told him we're going to have to change out the rotors also on both sides. So, and then also, while doing a preliminary investigation on this, I noticed that the tie rod ends, the outer tie rod ends, the boots are torn. So we're going to go ahead and replace those. But I'm not going to do them on this video. I'm going to do a separate video for that. Anyway, as I was talking about that damage, I'll show you what I was talking about here. You can see it looks like somebody almost hit this rotor with something pretty hard, because that's an indentation right there. And I don't know if you can see the cracks right here. There's little hairline cracks here in the rotor. So, yeah, who knows what happens there. Anyway, we're going to get them replaced, and I'm going to take you with. Hey, viewers. All right, we're going to start this project off. Go ahead and take this caliper off first. I'm taking these two caliper bolts out. All right, gotta compress this caliper a little bit. There we go. We get a hanger here. Yeah, these pads are in pretty bad shape. I think this one is going to be metal on this inboard. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'd say there's nothing left of that one. They got their money out of these pads. That's for doggone sure. Now let's check out this outboard pad. Got a screwdriver here. Oh, is that caliper bracket gonna be in white? Nope. Okay. Yep, same thing. I mean, just a wee bit more. But yeah, they definitely got their money out of those pads. All right. Go ahead and we'll remove caliper bracket by taking this bolt. Then there's a bolt right above it. You can't see because this brake caliper's in the way. Oh, wait. Oh man, get it to budge either way. Oh. All right. Time to break out the breaker bar. Yeah, sometimes if you have a stubborn bolt, you beat it back and forth, sometimes it'll break loose. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't want to play nice. So you break out the breaker bar. There you go. Top one was a lot easier. Could break out the air tool, but that's not really necessary right now. There you go. There's that one. Ouch. That has a sharp edge. Yeah, I'm going to show you here in just a minute. Trying to find kind words for the engineers who designed this, because you have to take out the hub in order to get the rotor off. So yeah, congratulations to the be honest, to the moron GM engineer who came up with this design. I mean, holy cow. I mean, it's like the most ridiculous thing ever, I swear. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this straight again. I'm going to go ahead and bring you over here. I'm going to go ahead and take out this hub bolt here. Sorry, nut, not bolt. I want to check and make sure she wasn't smoking hot. It sucks when you take one of these nuts off and she's smoking hot. I'm going to put the nut back on just a little bit so I can beat it with a hammer to knock out the half shaft. I'm going to try a deadbolt first. There we go. There, that got her. Oh. Yeah, I got her. That got her. All right. Let's go and straighten her out. Back to the task at hand. This bolt here, there's 4 of them. One here, and there's 2 on the other side. And we're going to go ahead and break some of those loose real quick. Nope. Here is my extension. Here it is. There you go. All right. I'm going to crack this second one loose. There you go. Everything's kind of a little on the crusty side under here. Rotate this around so I get the other two. Well, I don't know about that one down there. Guess we're gonna find out. There we go. That's that one. All right, before I go any further on that one, we need a 15 mil deep well socket because I'm going to get my wrench stuck in there on that sway bar link. All right, this one will work. Probably I should have grabbed the first time. That's all right. Okay. Now there's one down here. I'll show you. One right there. Right above that lower ball joint. So I'll turn the camera off for a moment and see if I can't figure out how to get that off. I really don't want to have to take the lower ball joint loose, but if I have to, I have to. But anyway, I'll be right back. Hey viewers. Alright, I downgraded. I was using 1/2-inch drive on everything earlier. I just downgraded to 3/8 drive and slid right in behind this sway bar link and right on her. So that was the solution to my problem. Right now we're going to start working on getting this speed sensor off. Did I mention how much I hate the engineer that designed this? Thought I better put that out there just in case I didn't. And I'm being sarcastic about asking if I said it already. I swear this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Now we got several clips that we have to undo here. There we go. There we go. I just broke the tab off of that one already. Alright, got that one. Let's go ahead and start pulling this out. Yeah, there's no, I complain about it because of multiple reasons. It just makes the job so much more time consuming. And not only that, but when you go to start, if this is seized up inside the knuckle here, you're beating on it, and then you take a chance of tearing up the hub, and these hubs are not cheap. So it goes from a brake job to a hub job. All right. Oh, come on. There you go. Had to push. You can see here, this clip here, had to push it up out of the frame so I can get the wire connected here. There you go. All right, now that that's all loosened up, go ahead and continue taking these bolts out the rest of the way. Like I said in an earlier video, when I was working on a Dodge Ram, and then that spare tire come on, crank, or whatever you want to call it, hoist. This is where it'd be nice to have cordless ratchet. I've got a pneumatic one, but you know, I don't know. Now that I've already have these broken loose, cordless one would be nice to have. Dinner's done. Oh, school's out. Now this side, it's probably going to come out okay because the owner replaced this hub not quite a year ago. Just a little under a year ago. Driver's side, that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a little questionable. Actually, let me just slap one of those bolts in there real quick. That way I don't run the risk of this thing flying off. I mean, I've got the nut on the half shaft, but yeah, she's moving, but I need to get a little better hammer than that. She just barely moved, but you get something a little heavier. Holy smokes, she's in there. Yeah, she's a slowly coming out. Slowly. Yeah, I'm gonna pause this video till I knock her out. There's no point in me videotaping myself beating on a rotor. Be right back. Hey viewers, I got her out. Well, 45 seconds after I paused the camera, I'm able to knock her out. I'm gonna take this over to the bench and separate the hub from the rotor. Hey viewers, all right, now the next step is we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, choking there. I'm gonna take out these 6 bolts here. In case you're wondering, these are 17 millimeter. Alrighty. Check that backside. Yeah, she grew pretty bad on that backside too. Nope. Again with the microphone here. Gosh, I swear this is the dumbest, most ridiculous setup. I don't know. Not mocking people with a college degree, so don't beat me up on that. It's just, but when people went to college, they were gonna be they're gonna be smarter, but apparently not. Hey viewers, I'm back. Hey, according to service data, these should be at 15 foot-pounds of torque. So let's try to put this on here. Okay, we're gonna go across here. It's kind of getting a little. Okay. Yeah, I was just about dead on with my low setting on my impact there. I'm trying to get in between these lugs here. There we go. Oh, that one was just a little bit off. Okay. All right. Okay, oh, there you go. Let's try to get in between these two. There we go. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it was just about right, spot on with just a little tippy tap of my impact. Alright. Let's flip that over. And we're going to go ahead and clean the back side of that rotor off. It's pretty dirty now. Oh wait. Nope. Keeping that one that's already open. 50 million cans of brake cleaner. Yeah, nice thing about brake cleaner is you can use that stuff for just about anything. So anyway, I'm gonna change camera angles and get ready to mount this back on the truck. I'll be right back. Hey viewers, I'm back. Before I put that hub back in, I need to clean this out. And whoever did this before me, I know the owner said that he had this hub replaced. Well, the person before me didn't clean out the spindle here. Well, my phone's getting ready to die, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm going to throw my phone on the charger and finish cleaning this out, and I'll be back. Hey viewers, welcome back. Hey, last night my phone I used for my camera started dying, so I went ahead and threw it on the charger. And while that was happening, I went ahead and cleaned up the spindle, took the flat wheel to it, cleaned the face of it, cleaned the inside where the hub goes in, and then I sprayed her all down with some fluid film. Uh, this person before me didn't clean any of that out, and it had a pretty bad case of the rusty crusties. So anyway, after I cleaned that up, my phone didn't have a whole lot of battery life left, so I said, screw it, just finish it in the morning. It was kind of late last night anyway when I got started, and it was late when I got to this point, and so I thought I'd just finish it in the morning. And wife was kind enough to make me a cup of coffee for out here. Anyway, I got everything cleaned off, and she's ready to be put back together. Hey viewers, yeah, I got her back in. The trick is to get the top part of the hub in that spindle first. I struggled with it for a minute, and I thought, well, I'm gonna get this in here. Yeah, because of that speed sensor. And it sticks up just slightly. So you gotta get that top part in to the hub first, and then she'll just pop right into place. And put all this back together, and because what I did was I took this bracket for the wire harness on the speed sensor off before I put everything back together, because it was kind of a beer getting it out. So I thought, well, I'll just separate it when I do the reassembly. And let me get the pliers here. Yeah, that'll work a little better. Try to get you in here somehow. There you go. Yeah, so I figured this time around when I go to put everything back together, I would just take this bracket off. There we go. All right. And actually, service data for the 4-wheel drive model like this one, they want you to take the whole spindle off. Well, I got to take the tie rod in and out anyway, so that wasn't going to be an issue. But don't want to fool with these ball joints. The bottom ball joint doesn't look that bad. That front one looks it's a little questionable. Anyway, we're going to put all these clips back together here. And these plastic clips make me nervous. You never know. May decide to just go snap right on you, and I mean, you guys know how these plastic clips can be. Okay. All right. Let's connect this back together. Click. And shove her back behind here. Yeah, it's like this plastic clip here on that connector. It's not very good shape, so that's what I'm talking about. Little connectors like that, and you know. That's another thing GM could have done. They could have come up with a better way of securing this. But all right, here we go. Back on. Put this dust plate back on. Right, let's tighten this nut a little bit here. Give it a few ducky ducks. Loud noises. Oh, need to turn air compressor on. Alright, viewers. Turn the camera off so get that air compressor filled. Loud noises. Don't worry, I didn't tighten her down all the way. I just got it to the point of where I can get all this back there and not have to worry about the hub falling off. Let's grab a light here. Line up this dust shield here. And this dust shield here is pretty heavily corroded, rusted, looking pretty rough, but I'm gonna put her back on. I try to put these vehicles back close to the same way that I found them. Well, there we go. Now I got her lined up. Let's make sure it's got her lined up there. Nope. All right. Bring this up. No. It will come loose. Yep. We ever thought one day we'd be able to do this? All right. LED light bulbs for you. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. All right, try to find a better position for this. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this bolt started off camera. I don't want to be wasting everybody's time, so be right back. Hey viewers, all right, I got them all started. And yes, I did put Loctite on them. All right. All right. Now, the fun one. Oh. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to go grab my 3/8 torque wrench. Yeah. Have to get my other 3/8. Because these bolts, torque spec is 92 on this one. Yep, that's always good. Yeah, this one here is a bit of a bear to get to. And, give me my socket back, please. Say, give me my socket back. Yeah, because this one is really, really tight stuff. There you go. That's, we did that one, so we'll come over here and torque this one here. I'll take the extension off for this one. Can I? No. No, I'm gonna have to get a shorter extension. Let's see. All right, 1/2 inch. Yeah, because the head of this torque wrench is hitting right on top of that CV axle. I had to get an extension to get away from her, and there you go. All right, so there I did that one. Let's go over this one. Yeah, let's do this some more. There we go. There you go. I just like to do an X pattern on these, or crisscross, whatever you want to call it. I could really hear the click on that one this time. All right. This bolt right here for this bracket. It's, those of you wondering, it's a 10 millimeter. All right. Now, tighten this nut down here. The hub. Torque spec's a weird one. Check a couple different sources I use. They both said 191. Why not 190? Why not 192 or 195? Whatever. Both of my sources said 191. So I thought was a very odd torque spec. Hey, who am I to argue? I need to hit my longer pry bar. Yeah, I ran in the house momentarily because I went in there and asked my wife if she would be so kind to give me a refill on my coffee. Drop that pry bar there. All right, crank her down. All right, got her. Actually, I didn't think I actually cranked her down that hard by hand with the ratchet. What do you know? All right, now we're going to move on to cleaning up the caliper bracket and putting the brakes on there and finishing this part up. All right, for starters, we're going to go ahead and take these shims off. Hey, sweetie. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's all right. You're the best wife in the world. Oh, thanks. Love you. And it's one of my favorite coffee mugs. I got this several years ago from my youngest sister. So let's put this down over here. Back to this caliper bracket here. Change position on this microphone here. All right. So take. Hey, light gravity. All right, clean this off. Yeah, she definitely has. Definitely has. A case of the rusty crusties, that's for sure. Wish I had sandblaster. Well, I do, but it's like a handheld one. Sparkage. There you go. All right. Pick up my light here. I always just take off one shim at a time because on some vehicles, shim placement is very specific. Or as Uncle Cy Robertson would say, Pacific. I remember that episode. I still kind of laugh about that one. You got to be more Pacific. It's specific, Cy. Yeah, that's what I said. Pacific. Yeah, that was a... I don't think these ones are going to be side Pacific. And as I said in a earlier brake job video on a Ford Taurus I did for my in-laws, if you want to know what the difference between an inexpensive and an expensive brake job is, this is the difference. Cleaning up these caliper brackets, and that's the difference. You know, someone taking their time to make sure that stuff is cleaned up. Because you want to make sure these shims seat properly, because if you don't, you're going to have a hard time getting the pads to go in. Oops. Got away from me for a second there. I need to adjust this out just a wee bit. There we go. You know, it just made me think of something here. So I saw this video a while back, and I don't even know how I stumbled across it. But on these keyless chuck drills, when you turn them to tighten and it clicks, oh, let me loosen it up again. There we go. When you listen here, oh, now it's not going to do it. Here. Let's the whole thing here. So when you tighten these, it makes that click like that. They say if you turn it back like that, after it clicks, it's supposed to keep your chuck from coming undone. Yeah, I don't even know how I came across that video, but I did. And this guy on there, he tried several different name brand drills to see if they had that feature. Oh man, doing that makes me want to sneeze. Woo. Yeah, and all the brands he did, all but one brand had it. And he tried, you know, he went to several different places and bought different brands. So I guess you can look that video up if you want. I'm not gonna I gotta worry about researching it. But yeah, just kind of a little tidbit of information there. All right, that dust has made me really sneezy, so I'm gonna go take care of that real quick and I'll be right back. Yeah, viewers, I'm back. All right. Yeah, whew. Yeah, she was this dust, whew, really makes me sneeze. Really should have some kind of covering over my face when I do this with all that dust, but you know, hey, what can I say? We all do stupid things and then complain about it. All right. Next, we will go ahead and get this bracket mounted back up. Don't worry, we'll do these slide pins once I get her mounted on here. Don't go too far here. Let's grab a little Loctite on here. Change hands here. All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Hey viewers. Hey, on this 06 Colorado here, I started doing the rotors and pads on this passenger side. Driver's side's already done. I did that off camera, no problems. But during the reassembly on this passenger side, I ran into a problem where the backing plate, dust shield cover, whatever you want to call it, it's in pretty bad shape. So it only goes in between the hub and the spindle on the front two holes of the hub. Doesn't go quite all the way through to hit the back ones. So it's tweaked the rotor or the way the hub sits on the spindle just enough so that the rotor is kind of, you know, tweaked like this just slightly. So the caliper bracket rubs on the rotor. So waiting on the customer. O'Reilly has a universal they can order. AutoZone says that they can get a direct replacement, but it won't be here till Monday. So I'm going to talk to the guy that owns the truck and see what he wants to do, and we'll go from there. Anyway, like I said, driver's side, boom, 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 lickety split. Had a little trouble getting the hub off, but I got it off. Anyway, that side's together, everything's good. So I'm going to go ahead and start on these outer tie rods. And as I said, I'm going to make a separate video for that. So anyway, whenever I find out from this guy what he wants to do with this backing plate, we'll go from there. Hey viewers, I'm back. Hey, got a hold of the owner. He stopped by and we made a decision on what to do about this brake dust shield. I came up with the idea, because nobody has any of these things in stock, and it's going to be well into next week before we get one. Had some really thin fender washers that I was able to drill out and use those back behind between the hub and the steering knuckle here. So he told me to do that. He was here. I put them in. They work. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. So now we're going to get back to putting this thing back together. Okay, now that I've moved every single wrench I've had, don't know what I did with everything now. Oh, here it is. That's what I'm looking for. We're going to go ahead and tighten up these bolts for the caliper bracket. Okay. Okay. All right, and torque on that, I've got it written down over here. I always try to 130. I always try to look that stuff up ahead of time. Sometimes I forget. Then I have to go to service data and look, but yeah, that way if I just look it up, write it down on my whiteboard, I'll always have it. There we go. Actually, that was already pretty tight. Yeah, you want to talk about some real torquing. When I put my lift in, the sleeve anchors had to be torqued at 250. So yeah, so that was quite the fun little challenge there. All right, now I'm going to take these slide pins out, because these things are dry. I mean, they are dry. These brakes have been neglected for a long time. So what I'm going to have to do is run these in and out a few times. Now you don't want to go back in. Oh my gosh, it's been one thing after another on this side. That's when I did the tie rod end on this side. Yeah, she wasn't playing nice. And now the slide pin. Does not want to go back in. Let's clean this off a little bit there. There we go. Just shows you how much air is in these things and how much gunk is in them too. Because I noticed these ones with the little rubber bushing on them, they always like to trap a lot of air inside that caliper. And then you gotta really work it out. There we go. Put this boot back on. All right, there you go. I have overcome the problem. And the only problem we got to overcome together is this anti-DIY auto politicians. Because we've got all sorts of politicians that are coming up with one idea after another to make it harder for guys and gals like us to do our own stuff. It's like, just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. And just, you know, speaking of the reason I do DIY, number one, obviously, is to save me money, but I also do it to save other people money because, just in case you don't know, I never charge anybody for the work I do. Everything I do is free of charge. Even shop supplies like rags and brake cleaner and all that. Now, if somebody wants to, you know, they feel guilty for it or whatever, you know, and they want to, you know, gift me some money, that's fine. I tell them, hey, you know, if you feel you need to pay me, you know, I tell them to go over by the computer, drop it off by the keyboard, and I don't look at it, I don't touch it, anything until they leave. Because I don't want people thinking, oh, because I've actually had people, oh, is that enough? Is that enough? I wish I could afford more. But yeah, I don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You know, I just try to do it to help people out. And because, you know, not everybody, because in our area, my area here, most shops are anywhere from about $100 to about $125 an hour labor. I've got a good friend of mine. He's got a shop, and he's had it for probably close to 45 years, and he usually runs around 75. Like if I don't have equipment to do something, something big, or if I have something that's on my stuff that's warranty work, because I've got extended warranties on stuff. A lot of, you know, I have to have him do it because I have to have a shop do it. But anyway, yeah, and like I said, his labor is like 75 an hour, so he's pretty good, and he's really smart. Hold on there, fellers and ladies, I've got a phone call coming in. Hey, all right, the owner of this truck just called me back. So anyway, but yeah, as I was saying, I just do it for free. I mean, I just can't. I don't know. I mean, it's just, especially nowadays, everybody's hurting financially, and I just try to do my part, you know. This is a God-given talent, so I mean, if I can use this gift and, you know, to help others out, you know, why not? All right, what I'm doing here is greasing up these shims up here. A lot of guys don't do that. I know professional guys, professional guys that don't even lube up their shims. They're all like, ah, it's not necessary. Like, yeah, it's not necessary till you get a comeback for squeaky brakes. Oh, I love when they just snap into place like that. That is wonderful. Makes things so much easier. I probably showed it in my other videos, but this caliper compressor here, this ratcheting one, oh man, these things are, it's probably pretty loud in the microphone there. Anyway, yeah, these things are sound like an old person here. These things are the bee's knees. Yeah, these things are great. I love them. There you go. Let's get that in there a little better. All right. Move you over this way. I see a little better what I'm doing there on that caliper. Yeah, I imagine it's probably pretty loud in the microphone. It's pretty loud in my ears. And I wear hearing aids, and it's odd because, like, my wife still yells at me for being deaf. Well, she doesn't yell at me. She gets frustrated because certain things I turn up loud, like the TV and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so like things like the TV will be like really low and I'll have to crank it up, but that caliper compressor tool is like loud, like ear piercing. And we were just, went out for pizza last night, and the restaurant has one of those chimes, dinger-ma-dingers on the doors, and whew, wow, that thing is ear piercing. That's why I kind of make the joke whenever there's something loud, and I'm like, man, that's loud, and I'm deaf. There we go. Push that pin in. Come on, baby. Go to your home. There you go. I gotta pause for 1 minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Ever have one of those moments when working on one thing and for whatever reason you think of something else? That's why it takes me forever to get stuff done. And I'm trying to work on this in my garage computer. I'm gonna get that worked on, and that's another thing I do. Technology stuff, so do a little bit of everything. Because you know the old saying, an idle hand is the devil's workshop, and that's the truth. So I always try to stay busy. All right, now amongst this mess, I've got a 13mm over here waiting for me. And these are 30 foot-pounds, and I can pretty well feel 30 just by pulling on it. Okay. Yeah, because these caliper bolts here and here, those are 30. Or 30 foot-pounds, and that's actually it's a 13 millimeter socket. Anyway, that's all together. I'm going to go ahead and spray down this one side of the rotor and clean it up a little better. Anyway, that's pretty much all it is to this thing. I know normally I'm always on here saying, hey, you know, this is easy, anybody can do it. You know, rare occasion where something pops up and just makes it a little bit more difficult, but you just you got to troubleshoot it. Can't get mad. I get mad real easy. That's my problem. Anyway, yep. Just walked away from it for a minute, went to the other side, got the other side done, and you know, that way I had time to think about what to do here. And that's really the best thing you can do is just, you can't figure something out, it's frustrating, whatever, just do yourself and everybody else around you a favor and just walk away for a while. And that happens to me a lot. And good thing about it is a lot of times I've run into problems with something and I can't figure out a solution and until I walk away and I'm doing something else, and then boom, solution pops in my head. Happens quite often. So anyway, all I gotta do now is put these tires back on, torque them. Torque spec on the tires is 90 pounds, but I mean, it's a small truck, but I'm gonna do 100 anyway because I feel comfortable with 100. And this thing is a 6 lug, so I'm gonna go ahead and torque them at 100. But torque spec says 90. So anyway, man, if this video was helpful, like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.